to Fly Sci. I wanted to do my very first installment of Fly Sci 5, which is basically where I'm going to give you either 5 facts or 5 cool bits of information or advice within 5 minutes. And so today's Fly Sci 5 video is going to be about, or is entitled, Poster Presentations on Fleek. So I wanted to do this video because I recently had a chance to serve as a judge at a research conference for undergraduates and graduate students who are, of course, scientists and engineers. And as I was talking to all these really great, brilliant, and exciting students, it occurred to me that it would be really helpful to just provide essentially a really quick snapshot or overview of what people are, or how do you give a rock star presentation when you're presenting your research to people, especially in the format of a poster. And this is something that maybe this is your first time doing this. And so if this is new territory for you, or if maybe you presented before and you want to just get some pointers and boost your poster game, then this video is for you. So number 1, keep it simple. I can't emphasize this enough. Keep it simple. Keep both your poster simple, meaning the way it is visually represented, having your data nice and neatly organized. Try to avoid putting too many words. People want to see your data, and they want to, hopefully, if you're there at your poster, see you talk to them about your research, and they don't really want to have to spend a lot of time trying to read a lot of words. And so I would recommend trying for a 30-70 words to images sort of split, or 20-80, but no more than 30-70. I think that's my recommended distribution of words to images on your poster. And also, in the keep it simple vein, keep in mind, as you are talking to different people, everyone may not be well versed in this area or very well experienced, and so try to avoid using a lot of jargon. Really keep it simple, and both visually and the way you explain your research. So that's number 1. Number 2, know your story and then practice giving it within 5 minutes or less. So basically, if I come up to you at your poster and I say, walk me through your poster, I want you to be able to give me the big picture of what was the motivation, the impetus for this project, and then walk me through the different steps and that led to you coming to whatever conclusions you have drawn at this stage in the study. And so really having a nicely prepared sort of 5-minute or less walkthrough of your story, from the very broad to being able to narrow down to the very specific, is something that's really handy to have. Number 3, be enthusiastic. I'd like to tell students that being a scientist is a lot like being a salesman. You are pitching your research to whoever it is that you are speaking to. And so it's important for you to convey enthusiasm about the project as you are talking to these people, because frankly, if you are excited about your research, then it's like, it can make me get excited, because I'm like, man, that is awesome. This person is so excited and they're enthusiastic. So make sure, as you are talking about your project, be excited. You did all this great work and you should be proud of that. And so let your energy and your enthusiasm shine through as you are talking about your data. So that's number 3, is be enthusiastic. Number 4, own the project. I really like to emphasize this point to students, especially if you are an undergraduate and you recently, or the research you're presenting is from a summer project. So maybe you came in you picked up a project, God knows where, in terms of its progress, and then you worked on it for maybe 10 weeks during a summer. I always like to encourage students to say, even as you're talking about this research, instead of saying they did this, even if it's something that someone else did as a part of your research group, you should certainly include yourself as a part of that, because you were engaged in a part of this research team. And so don't say they isolated these cells, XYZ. Say we isolated the cells, we performed electroporation, etc. However you describe it, make sure you include yourself in the project, because for me, that shows a sense of ownership and confidence in your owning the data and your identity as a member of this research team. So that's number 4 in that research. And then lastly, know your stuff. And this may seem obvious, but I say this, I want to give some specifics. anything that you put on your poster, people, it's fair game. I can ask you about why you chose this reagent or why you chose this cell type, whatever it is that you have on your poster. I'm going to expect you to know why these certain things were chosen, why this method was used, etc. And if I ask you a question and you say to me, well, this was done before I joined the lab, I'm not sure why, then that's not a good answer. And so it's important for you to make sure that as you're talking about the research, you understand intimately all the history of the project, as well as the justification for why certain things were chosen over other things in terms of the methods or etc. So know your stuff. Anything on your poster is fair game. And so that's it. That's my Sci Five. I hope it's helpful. I hope you guys like it. Like the video, subscribe. I'm new to YouTube, so I could take all the subscription love I can get. If you have questions or comments or other topics you think it would be useful for me to cover that's in this sort of professional development for students in STEM space, then leave it as a comment below. And thanks for watching. Bye.